You better get a Hey, Mom, don't tell him, Mom. I wouldn't do that. I never asked you to stick around. Hey,
Friday's enemy.
Whatever.
Kids are out of school, out of the way, trying to find a friend. Everybody's busy, can't wait for the night to begin.
Tommy, it's Ernest. Ernest Kelly.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing okay. I'll need a stick to walk, but I should be back at work soon enough.
Good.
I heard about Lance. What a little prick, huh?
Yes.
Never trust a man who walks the streets in his pajamas, that's what I say. Glad you killed him. I hope it was painful for the prick.
I think it was. You know, I just didn't think he was like that.
Tommy, for a raging lunatic, you're pretty naive. I'll be back at work soon. Teach you a thing or two about life, you hear?
Take your time, Ernest. Look after yourself. Don't make this worse.
What, every 10 years someone's invading, burning down their homes, and taking their toilet paper. Napoleon, Stalin, Attila the Hun, all of them. After you read my book, you will understand. I may have been born in the sea, but I'm no dummy.
Are we gonna talk about being naked?
Yeah, soon, Barry. Keep your hair on and calm down, please, my friend. Divorce rates are up. Standardized test scores are down. Vampire sightings at the mall. Can the family be saved? Or, to put it another way, if we're meant to be monogamous, why weren't we born already married? Jan, over to you.
Well, since I'm a happily married mother, I know the family unit is the basis of all society. Now, even when my husband is working late or away on an extended business trip to Hawaii with his secretary, I understand just how important the family unit is in life. He's working hard so I can get another station wagon with even more wood on it.
Go on. Tell me more about your family.
Well, I like to compare it to nature. After all, it is one planet, even if we do just want to maim and kill each other, especially me. Now, look at sharks and sandworms. One of my hobbies, besides making babies and criticizing people, is biology. You learn so much from nature. People these days, they don't grow their own food. They can barely get out of their recliners and make it to the soup. No wonder all they want to do is play video games or hang out with their friends. What is it, the Degeneratron? What a crock of shit.
Hey, watch your language. This is radio. We have regulations about that sort of thing.
But you let a naked man on.
He's behind the screen. You can't see. It's not that exciting. Imagine a flabby guy with a ponytail and a nasty rash. You get the picture.
Imagine what I married one. Anyway, what was I saying?
You were discussing the Degenatron, which I understand is a games machine. Then you swore.
I'm sorry, it makes me so mad. I mean, what I heard my son, Patrick III, I heard him using slang words in the house the other day. Rad and cool and stick it. I mean, I beat him to within an inch of his life, and he will never make that mistake again. Americans should be spoken properly.
What?
No, don't interrupt me. I've got children, you know. Please. This is really important. It's about the family. Look. Nobody knows how to cook anymore. Nobody knows how to kill anymore. Nobody knows how to kill dinner. My daddy was a very wise man before that tractor pull accident. My daddy taught me how to slaughter a pig. That's very useful information. Oh, sure, I was a little nervous at first, but he put me in a room with a fork and a fat sow and told me he'd be back in an hour for some fat back and hollow jokes. Mother, I'm proud to say I throttled the life out of that little piggy. I did it for my family, and I'll do it again. Feeding the family is my job as a mother. Daddy earns money and goes away with a secretary, and Mommy provides dinner and keeps a brave face on things, even though her heart is breaking. Where are your pills?
Statistics show that families that spend time together naked are the best kinds of families. You see, social class distinctions disappear when everyone is naked. I can't tell if you're rich or poor, black or white. It doesn't matter because we're all naked. Designer clothes. Try designer nudism. My body was made by the best designer around. Mother Nature. That's why we're lobbying to build a naked casino in Vice City, so old people can gamble naked and poor people can lose hope in the buff.
It is written, chapter 23, verse 5 of my book, he that gambles his money away is a fool, but he who believes in me will go to spend eternity in space with other affluent, well-to-do people. It's that simple. Do what I say and you won't have to think for yourself.
Oh, but I think it is, Master. We look around, nudie clubs, discos, drinking. Do people want to be moral? Can you legislate morality? Can we tell people how to live their lives?
Absolutely. Yes, of course I can. Just look at Prohibition or the Cultural Revolution in China. We can learn a lot from history. Chairman Mao or Stalin, they purged their lands of degenerates and intellectuals, the scum of the earth in my book. And look at the great societies they built. People want to be told how to act. And most people are idiots, and that's exactly who my teachings appeal to. This lawless, permissive society has no boundaries, and without boundaries, how do you know where the limits are? You have to know what's good and what's evil. You need someone to tell you so. Single moms have obese kids, it's a fact, while rich people have a lot of guilt unnecessarily, in my opinion.
I agree. I don't think these people understand just how hard it is to potty train. You have to give a treat when Precious makes a poopy. My kids are big boned, and they eat prunes every day. But that's what's wrong with this country. All of this emphasis on being thin and healthy. When my children are hungry, I hand them a spear and send them out to the park to catch their own food. They're learning how to be self-sufficient. Yesterday, my youngest, Jono, killed the postman, but at least he was trying. So I gave him a cuddle, I told him to hit Daddy next time he comes home late smelling of cheap perfume.
Okay. It's time to take a break before we hear about any more criminal acts against government employees. You're listening to Pressing Issues. Morality is the subject at hand. Let's explain exactly how free radio without commercial breaks works. We'll be right back.
You're listening to VCPR. Finally, a radio station for teachers and librarians. You've been enjoying Pressing Issues, but as is normal, you can't listen to an hour's worth of programming on this station without us begging for money. It's the bi-daily begathon here on VCPR, where we hold your favorite shows hostage until you pony up some cash.
You know what's so great about VCPR? It's like a shining torch of cultural enlightenment for Vice City. In these times of darkness, when the hordes are so uneducated they can barely understand multisyllabic phrases like, clean my shoes better, Melissa, or I'll report you to the IRS, or dialectical materialism. Isn't it pleasant to have...
Oh, no, you did it. Be careful, all right?
At any moment, the unwashed Huns from the Midwest could descend upon Vice City and enslave the poets and postal workers and force us to watch network programming.
That is a frightening thought. But like many things in life, you can throw money at something and feel better about yourself. VCPR is your public radio station, but you have to open your wallet.
That's right. If you pledge at the $1,000 level, you'll get tickets for In the Future There Will Be Robots at the Vice City Arts Center.
People who see that show say it's difficult to put into English. That must mean it's spectacular.
Yes, but if you don't give money to VCPR, we could be thrown back to the Stone Age. Liberals will be set on fire in the streets. Give now. Let's return to Pressing Issues. Over to you, Maurice, in the studio. Useless, talentless.
You're correct. He is an asshole.
I love those guys. Really professional and living proof that all of the best talent isn't on commercial networks. These people do it for love, because they have integrity, just like me. We're back with Pressing Issues. I'm Maurice Chavez, winner of 5 public radio awards in the Vice City area, including Best Voice. On this show, we take complex issues and boil them down to simple ones you can understand. On this segment of the show, we are discussing morality. Since the beginning of time, man has asked questions. Why are we? What time is it? And is there a place around here a guy can get a drink? Early man, as seen in the cave of Lascaux in France, questioned the morality of making the mammoth extinct. I think we all know what happened there. Is it society's job to tell each other how to live? Recently, Vice City considered passing a public curfew that says nobody can be on the streets after 8:30 p.m. Of course, the bill didn't get passed. But it made people think. If you don't vote, you get morons in charge. Is that moral? I'm not sure. Let's press the issue.
Children should be at home with their parents naked. A curfew makes sense. You know how much money I save not having to wear trendy clothes? Read a history book. Let the creator creation of the universe, the Big Bang, everyone was naked. Even you. Why do I have to stay behind this divider? Maurice, please!
Because nobody is interested in seeing your business. Because we have standards of decency which you are offending.
Look at me! I'm jumping up and down!
Oh my goodness, get back behind the divider. Please, I'm married.
What's so wrong with me? Why do you hate me because I'm happy? Jan, give me a hug. I won't hurt you. And by the sound of things, your husband is doing the same right now with his secretary.
No, we've worked through it. He was stressed. It's hard keeping a family together these days.
Everyone, take your clothes off and feel what it's like to be free of bondage. Everyone out there in Vice City, take your clothes off. If this is the land of the free, let's start with our pants. Feel the wind from the air conditioning. Ugh, a breeze is so liberating.
Thanks very much. Now, if you could get back behind that divider, Barry, please. Otherwise, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Thank you. Now sit down. On pressing issues, we think it is very important to respect one another. To treat each other like we would like to be treated.
I want a hug.
If you don't like the United States, son, why don't you move to Russia? I don't understand people in America today. They call this a Cold War, but it's hotter than hell. Mark my words, any day now you're sitting in school, passing notes and talking about mom, when suddenly you look out the window and there are Russian paratroopers dropping in to take over. What can you do? Run into the woods with your friends? Call yourself the Wolverines? With weights in your hand trying to beat back the Ruskies? You ought to tell that's going to get television section and blast off into space. But there is a limited amount of space. That's why I suggest everyone lost safety and security. Years now, call 866-9-SAVE-ME. You get your name and family paid in full on DE. You and family will be safe. If not, you may have to choose to save yourself and the other side. Hey, stop saying things on my show. You're not a valued sponsor who supports the art. Public radio, buddy.
I, for one, welcome our new Russian masters. We can learn so much from other cultures. Did you know in India, the women protest by setting themselves on fire? I tell you, next time the kids are screaming for ice cream and pop, I may just douse myself in kerosene. I use that as a threat to my kids all the time. That's one of the tough things about being a mom, not ruining their lives with guilt. As a matter of fact, I don't let my kids watch cartoons or special things. Night After Dark movie may be #1 in the box office, but my kids certainly ain't gonna see it. If you don't raise your kids right, they end up being like the newsboy over there or working in radio. I want them to get proper jobs, bring the dollar.
That is offensive. My mother understood I was stupid. We were fun and stuff. Back then, naked. She was fine with it. After social services moved me, she was still raping me. I remember when she was alive. Very earlier, you said you discovered these things. If we both already do. I know, but I like it. I've got a lot of personal issues. Look at me. Please, Maurice, I need a hug.
There's another example of immorality in this city. Public showing of affection. People think we want to see lady cows carrying on. I understand your hormones wave like a wire around what you want to wear one another like there's no tomorrow. But you have to ignore what your body's telling you and what...
Pretty soon you won't be able to tell who's a human and who's an android. Why, the corporation is working on it right now. I know, I tell my kids not to kiss other kids at school. It might be an android, suck your brains out. You must have seen the miniseries of on television. I read it. We've got to stop looking at the stars. All the science fiction and focus on the family. If you really want to dance like you're on the moon, go there and leave us in peace. And that's a fact.
What's that?
I'm sorry, Maurice, but I have to tell you, I moved to Florida to bring my kids up the American way in a theme park.
And that's just the kind of person I am. Opinionated and moronic.
I see. Well, this panel is certainly interesting. The issue is morality. Recently, rock artists joined together to provide famine aid to Alaska with the song Do They Know It's the 4th of July. Critics complained it's immoral to meddle in the affairs of other peoples and cultures. Pastor Richards, what do you make of meddling in other people's business like an over-opinionated sociopath?
Well, let me say that money could have gone to much better things, like reserving a place by my side in the Pastor Richard Salvation statue. But I digress and plug.
Stop doing
Don't
that.
interrupt me, boy. Anywho, I address the Alaska issue in chapter 23 of my book. You see, the Alaskans are lunatics, plain and simple. They eat whale and snow, and they sleep in the freezer. Who wants to eat snow every day? Oh, I tried to help. I sent a helicopter with copies of my book, but they burned them in a pile for heat. If the people of Alaska choose to live there, let them. But don't come crying when you're tired of eating penguin and it snows 18 feet a day.
Yes, but don't you think it's important?
I think it's very important to listen to me, young man. That's what makes the state of Florida great. Rather than help improve where they are, people nationwide abandon their hometowns, come down here, and shove their beliefs down everyone else's throats. That's the American way, always has been. We should send some pictures of Florida to those people in Alaska. I tell you, they throw down that bear pelt, saddle up the sled dogs, and get pulled all the way to Vice City. And I should know, I'm from Mars.
No, you're not.
Mars, Alabama. I founded 3 colleges there.
The problem with Alaska is that people don't get naked. If you can't work on your car, or play the cello, or use sharp knives in your birthday suit, then what's the point of living?
Well, it is a bit colder. People put on clothes when it's cold. We evolved without a warm covering of hair.
That's a lie, sir. We come from the great meteor of truth.
Clothes are a habit, like shaving and taking out the trash. As soon as you stop, you realize what a prisoner you are in society and a twisted state of morality. People think that nudists are immoral. Well, we're not. I'm married. I love my wife. In our commune, it's so wonderful to wake up in a big bed, go to breakfast, clothed in nothing but a smile.
What kind of people are there in your weirdo commune?
Single people, families, elderly couples, teachers, politicians, especially truck drivers. Truck drivers understand what it's like to be by yourself for days on end, with nothing but Christmas music on the radio, and sticking your hand, shedding tears, over and over. Truckers realize there's nothing to be ashamed of on the open road. Get naked, and beat it on down the line. You've never seen a sense of community and morality like a nudist colony. We share everything, deep cleaning, pipes, share sense of what it's like to be so proud.
Wait right there, Barry. I'm getting something to Okay. We just want to tell you a little more about public radio talk. We'll be right back after this.
I'm sure you're enjoying the I know someone to you. I think it's time to acknowledge the people who are sending money in to shut us up and end this dreadful megathon.
Here's a $10 pledge from Fran Little. Wow, you think she could have given more than that?
Yes, mean bitch. I hope she dies an agonizing death.
Absolutely, Michelle. And remember, if you want us to wish you well, dig deep, dig soon.
That's right. At any moment, conservatives can vote to end our funding and place a fast food restaurant where our studios are. See, there are some people that think everything has to make money. It doesn't. That's why we should give now.
Correct. Next week is Environmental Week, sponsored by my Batsu and the Vice City Power Corporation. Next month, we're celebrating who's the influence on Vice City in association with the Degenitron. But for now, let's return to pressing issues. Remember, VCPR is an advertising trade also community in Times Square.
Welcome back. This show is pressing issues. The subject is work. I'm Maurice Chavez. Let's carry on pressing issues. Now, when the Europeans were done ruining their continent around food and summer riots and the rise of the Americans in late 15th century, the subject soon turned to morality. You see, Europeans wanted to colonize America, so they had somebody to make fun of. The Pilgrims left England for the religious freedom in Holland, where they visited coffee shops, and after they packed up their ships with plenty of coffee, tea, and cakes to liven up the trip, they set sail for the New World, which they heard a magnificent world. Once they got here, they were very hungry, having been on a ship for 65 days. So they ate for 3 days straight. Thanksgiving quickly became an annual custom. America was founded by people who wanted a place where they could tell other people how to live. And I'm a history. The question, is it more to celebrate Thanksgiving, holiday that is clearly about welcome and knowing relatives, or for casserole? Well, I love casserole, and I will be leading my congregation as a opera. You see, a casserole is a lot like libraries, and that's the basis of my prayers. If you put a bunch of leftovers from the fridge in a pan and
you believe in something, support it. It's one thing to love something, but if you don't shower it with money, then just don't talk to me. Communism, don't make me puke my guts out, please.
Well, I myself love casseroles on Thanksgiving. And the way to teach your children the rich history of America is through theme parks. I just love Pilgrim World, especially the part where you get to slaughter your own buffalo and take home the meat, or give the locals the flu while buying their land off the prohibits. That's what children need. Wholesome activities that benefit the family. What good is it if a kid plays Degeneratron for 5 hours? Oh, sure, he's killing space aliens, thank you very much, but it ain't putting food on the table. And he's learning bad language, like when my family go out to dinner, we're starting from scratch, even if Daddy is working late again. We build our own spears, smear ourselves in dung, and then wait in a swamp for something to come by.
In the suburbs? I bet your neighbors love you. How long do you wait? Won't you get arrested?
Hey, mister, I'm married. Look at the finger. It has a ring. I've got children, for Pete's sake. Stop eyeing me up.
I wasn't.
You were. I can see you undressing me with your eyes. Well, I tell you, I was a cheerleader and nearly a prom queen. And I could have married anyone, but I chose John. I chose him because he had a kind face and a rich dad. I didn't know he was going to cheat on me or embarrass me. I didn't know. But I won't be made a fool of. I've got the children.
Okay, Jan. It's okay. Men are idiots. Ask my ex-wife. Don't worry. Stay calm. I'm not eyeing you up, but I am a little worried about you. How are the children? Do they enjoy school?
Of course they do. That's precisely why I'm going to start homeschooling my children. High school is a cult. There's a group of savages that rule the roost and get all the girls, and everyone else is picked on and abused. It happened to me, and look at me. I'm a deranged mess, and my husband cheats on me. I don't want my kids to go to a public high school. Instead, we have a prom each year in my living room.
And that leads to my next question.
People in high school in Chile are all naked.
I've about had it with you, Barry. I try to be fair, I try to be kind, but you are a freak, and a liar, and wasting everybody's time. The organs below the belt are for reproduction and removing of bodily waste. There's no reason that when I go to buy a soda or a transmission, I need to be distracted by your privates dangling about. Now, when I go to the store to buy an air conditioning filter, I'd rather not have to look at your moneymaker, amigo. I'm glad you are proud of it. But when people of Vice City are in a Quickie Mart, they should be able to have a simple financial transaction without seeing your fire hose. Are you with me?
Sorry, Maurice.
It's okay. Just try to behave. I think the sun must have got to you or something.
Yes, maybe that's it.
Maurice, if I may, you have a fine show here, and I'm glad to be on it. But everyone within the sound of my voice and smell will die in the fires of doom. It is written, TV is trash, radio is trash, our newspapers are run by Canadians with an agenda. Our very way of life is threatened. We formed this great state to play golf, and I'll be damned if any weirdo hippies are going to tell us we can't fill in wetlands and make a home for ourselves, complete with 18-hole championship stand courses and selected fish. Heathens will ruin the land. Acid will rain from the skies. We'll never hear my voice again. It will be anarchy.
TV teaches immorality. Refugees, glue, the price of tea in China. How can we raise children in this environment? My little boy asked me the other day, Mommy, are unicorns real? What am I supposed to say to that? Do I lie and make myself as bad as the boy's father? Or do I break the little boy's heart and ruin his life so that he ends up a nudist or a freak or something?
It's a difficult question, Jack. Very difficult question. Is it right to lie?
Clothes are a lie, Maurice.
No, Barry. Clothes are a way of keeping warm and not getting arrested.
No policeman has ever hit me with his trunks on.
小さな願いが明日を作るできるかもみんなが望むなら誰より頑張っちゃえどんな情熱のままに目指すの綺麗な風踏みちぎ羽のより腕上げて
Ladies and gentlemen, it is complete pandemonium here on Pressing Issues with me, the multi-award-winning and soon-to-be executed Maurice Chavez. Harry? Are you okay? Are you alive?
Stop the bleeding. It's down there.
Do I have to? Can't you get someone else? Ay, Dios mío, she's fainted.
大丈夫かいいの大丈夫かいいの大丈夫かいいの大丈夫か大丈夫だ問題ない大丈夫だ問題ない大丈夫か問題ない大丈夫か一番いいの話をしようあれは今から36万飛んで70億や20億や50、80億いいよあ、1万4000年やっぱり1万4000年いや36万1万4036万6万いや1万4000年前か1万私は大丈夫かそんな装備で大丈夫か大丈夫問題ないそう私が大丈夫かまあいいや話をしようあれなんて話かあれやっぱり確か6杯72私にとってはつい昨日君たちにとっては多分明日私の昨日は君たちの明日って今さいいの大丈夫だいいの問題ないいいの大丈夫だいいの問題ないいいの大丈夫だいいの問題ないいいの大丈夫だ今なら大丈夫だいいの問題ないいいの大丈夫だいいの問題ない大丈夫か大丈夫だそんな装備で問題ないそんな装備で大丈夫だそんな装備で大丈夫か一番いいのだ断るなんて呼べばいいのいいのですねいいの一番いいの一番いいのそんな装備で大丈夫か大丈夫じゃないおいわ行けば分かるさやっぱりダメだ
Yes, it's almost as interesting as listening to you, Jonathan.
あ、そうか、可愛いな、本当に可愛いな。これはご褒美ですか。あ、もう可愛いな。やばいね。もうアウトですね、私。あなたはその後、一人でできるかな。
seemed very important in an era of poverty and famine and immense personal greed. I can assure you it is. And not just because I say so. Look at the facts. It's taken the last 37 American presidents and 47 presidents have appeared on VCPR in the last month. 33% of all Nobel Prize winners started out on public radio. With that public radio, we discovered gravity.
おんちゃんさ、私をそんな目で見ないでください。
Anyway, sermon over. I hope you folks at home understand how passionate we are about public radio, and it has nothing to do with the fact I got kicked off the network.
It was very moving, Jonathan. Back to pressing issues.
一緒に。おまわりさん、この人です。あなたはただの一人です。
Sorry about the opening of
大丈夫だよ。そんな心配しないで。
It's a political and social debate on freedom without ads. And I'm still Maurice Chavez. Next up on Pressing Issues, we tackle one of the most important issues in our country. The issue of not credit card
このコインに
fraud.
ピンときたら
That's
110番。花澤香菜の一人でできるかな。この子が怒られるんじゃないか。
Our hero is the entrepreneur, the shaker and the maker. Positive thinking, your goal is everything. Think it and we can do it. Let's press the issue. Personally, some days I wake up and look out the window and I think it's the right thing. Other days, like payday or my ex-wife's birthday, I work in a way under the kids and fly. But that's me. I'm learning something. But whatever. I'm Maurice Chavez. And on our panel right now, we've got three very contrasting views about the issue of positive thinking. On the right
You could be just like me, a success.
Enough. No more. I don't work from you until you are called upon again. It's a three-stage process. Learn, start, do it. And shut up. I'm warning you. This is my show. You shut your mouth. Shut it now and keep it shut. Do not push me. Can you get free? Do not push me. Hey, you have to dress to impress. I thought after the program, people make judgments on who you are based on your appearance. I have to say, 90% of our people the signs will say it must. I teach you how to live that. Enough! This is pressing issue. Enough now, okay? That is no more. My last panelist is someone without a purpose. We won't get wrong, but we have beautiful choices. Fine cities, Lily Novelia, 1985, Jenny Louise Pride.
Hi, Maurice. This is such a lovely studio.
Hey, how are you?
Great. In fact, I'm fantastic. Did you see the sunrise this morning? It was gorgeous. I've been smiling all day ever since.
Okay, now let's get with the policy of ladies first.
On my way because I hold each one close because I deserve it.
I bet you wouldn't be so cheery if you had the black plague. Jenny's living in a fictional world. Guys like me, we see the world for what it is. Dark songs of the night, black nail polish, and very tight black jeans, man.
Like, everything is great. Like everything.
Constantinos, you're shaking your head.
I know, Maurice. I am.
Any particular reason?
Yeah.
What?
There's only one thing good about Mo.
I need the money.
Central,